Hey everyone, today we will talk about the vulnerabilities in smart contracts ECDSA signature replay attack. What is replay attack? A replay attack, also known as a repeat attack or playback attack, is a form of network attack in which an attacker sends a packet that the destination host has already received for spoofing the system. It is mainly used in the authentication process to destroy the exactness of the authentication. Replay attacks can be performed by the initiator or by an adversary who intercepts and retransmits the data. Replay attacks performed by the interceptor are also known as man-in-the-middle attacks. The attacker steals the authentication token by network sniffer and later resends it to the authentication server. Replay attacks can occur in any network communication and are one of the common attacks used by hackers in the computer world. How do we understand it? Suppose that Alice aims to prove her identity to Bob. Bob asks for her password as the proof of identity and Alice provides it for authentication. Meanwhile, Eve eavesdrops on the conversation and gets the password. After the exchange, Eve pretends to be Alice and connects to Bob. When she is asked for the proof of identity, Eve sends Alice's password read from the last session Bob accepted. Then Bob will grant her access. For example, in a centralized project, when we interact with a contract to allow users to receive rewards, since the contract side does not record the actual reward amount of the user, we need to get the signature of the data by the backend and then give it to the contract for validation. And the contract will only forward the signed amount to the user if the validation is passed. The above contract is to award the users by ECDSA signature verification. At this time, if the user saves the signature data, i.e., winner, amount, message hash, VRS, from the server, he can call the claim token function repeatedly and keep receiving rewards. How to defend it? Remember how ETH solves this? Yes, we add a nonce value to represent the number of receipts and sign the nonce value along with it. Each time when signing, the backend first gets the nonce of this account from the contract side, and the contract side will add 1 to the corresponding nonce value after each address receives. That can prevent replay attacks. Warnings and suggestions. The prime example is the fork of ETH and ETC after the DAO event. Replay attacks in the blockchain refer specifically to attacks that occur in forks. Whether this fork occurs when the network is upgraded or a passive fork initiated by a malicious attacker, the blockchain network is in a dual chain state of original chain plus fork chain for a period of time after the fork occurs. Normally, after a fork for the upgrade, as the original client is upgraded, the hash power returns to the new chain, and the original chain will be gradually abandoned. As for a fork for the attack, if the hash power of the whole network can be switched to the correct fork chain in time, then the malicious block will not be confirmed and eventually cannot keep pace with the longest chain and will be abandoned. But there are some forks that eventually retain more than one blockchain.